Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Angel Healing House and to the weekly general reading, the angel reading for this upcoming week of February 21st through till February 27th. I hope everybody's well. Put your put a comment in the chat. Tell us how you're doing, perhaps what you're experiencing, and I hope you're all safe and well on this beautiful day. We have a rather beautiful spring day here in Santa Monica. Our temperatures, I don't want to show off, but our temperatures are going into the 70s this week, and a lot of time to get a balcony tan. So it's really beautiful here. So while we're waiting for people to join in the chat, please, again, put a comment in the chat so I know you're there. And while we're waiting for people to come on board, I would like to send a very big thank you to all the lovely emails that I have recently received. For those people who have told me how much they love my #1 Amazon International best-selling books, and to remind you of them, my novel, One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, about my 5 most important past lives and what I did between those lives in heaven. And then the sequel to that is I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel, as I, Angel Ariel, now in Claire Candy's body, walked into her body on January 11th of 2003 to take over her responsibilities and create heaven on earth for myself, and to help others do the same. And of course, the lovely Angels of Faith book, which is based on my 2 near-death experiences and how we do not die, and that we are divine and we are eternal. So to purchase those books, please do go on my website. These are uplifting, they're enlightening, they're inspiring books. And thank you to those people. I heard from several people this week that unfortunately they've lost loved ones, and it helped them tremendously to read One True Home, Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness, and they realized that that we do not die, and that we are divine and eternal. And while nothing can help when somebody helps somebody go through the grieving process and make it all disappear, it helped them tremendously to then be able to have enough peace to then be able to have contact with those people and those souls who have crossed over. Regina, hello from your daily, weekly viewer, listener from freezing Pennsylvania. I'll send you some of our sunshine, Regina. Wow, you look so beautiful, and always with a healthy tan. Yes, it's a balcony tan. Whenever I see that sun, I leave my writing and I rush out to the balcony, so I don't miss any of it. But I always put on sunscreen. Also, I want to thank everybody for thawing here in Texas. Oh, Carol, my heart goes out to everyone in Texas with all that has been going on down there. Sending you lots of love and sunshine, comfort, and healing for you to get through this, and hopefully never have it happen again. I want to thank everyone who have made donations to my free services. Thank you so much. To donate, you can go to PayPal to my Angel Healing House account. And any amount that you want to donate would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much in advance. Oh, and also, if you need some direction, if you need some clarity, some motivation, perhaps support, intuitive guidance in these amazing times of ascension here on planet Earth, so many people are waking up and they are taking back their power. And it's wonderful. It's absolutely extraordinary to see. Whether you want to book an intuitive counseling session, an in-depth hour-and-a-half angel reading, when I, Ariel, Angel Ariel, look at your Akashic records and we see the people and the events that you contracted in this lifetime to be part of your life in order to learn your life's lessons. There's amazing sessions to be done with post and past life clearings and healings to see if there's anything still sabotaging or limiting your ability to create that heaven on earth for yourself. Or I've had so many people this past year, either in my beautiful office here in Santa Monica, California, or online, learn Reiki with me. And Reiki certainly, the hundreds of students which I have, that Reiki practitioners and master teachers that I've attuned in the last 20 years, their lives have been transformed by Reiki and enriched so much. So if you want to contact me, you can contact me at Angel Healing House on 831-277-3716, or you can always go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. So on this week's Angel Healing House radio program, which, by the way, is in its 9th year. I'm so excited to be going into our 9th year. I started it on January, actually it was January 30th of 2012. And we're still going strong. It airs every week on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And during that hour, you can call in for free mini angel readings. And this is the way that I've given back for 9 years, going into our 9th year, every week, giving away those free mini angel readings. So, but on the radio program, I shared with listeners about the latest astrological events that are affecting all of us. So let's get to it. Okay, so on February 17th, we experienced the first Uranus square happening this year. Now, why is this important? This is important because when planets square one another, this creates a challenge. You know, it's not a nice smooth curve, but it's a square. And this creates challenges. But the challenges are, not all challenges are bad. Some challenges often create necessary action and movement forward. Remember that Saturn is the planet of restrictions, the establishment, and strict rules and boundaries. And Uranus seems to be just the opposite, because it promotes things like freedom and things like innovation, anti-establishment, and finding new ways of doing things in not the same restrictive manner. But in this case of the first square, the other Uranus and Saturn square are going to happen in June and also in December. In this case, the influence of Uranus will take precedence as we're shifting into a time of equality and freedom, and we're looking at the world in a more unrestricted light. So you might have been one of those people that have felt like you've been held back. Certainly, many have felt that way because it's a Mercury retrograde. But many people have felt like they've been held back since February 2020 of last year, when our constitutional rights were taken away from us. But many are feeling that anticipation of things gradually moving forward. And with Uranus, some would say, winning out over Saturn, we have this shifting into a sense of more liberation and more freedom in our lives. Okay, then the very next day was February 18th. The sun entered the last sign of the zodiac, which is Pisces. And Pisces people are extremely creative and very artistic. They are wonderful listeners. If there's one fault that a Pisces person has, is they have a very, very, very difficult time accepting help from others. And I know this because I have a very dear friend and actually two very dear friends who are Pisces. But with going into this last sign of the zodiacal year, and if you don't know, the zodiacal year begins with Aries, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and that starts on March 21st. But Pisces is important because it completes the cycle, but it's this energy that many are feeling of a culmination of things, like we're wrapping up something. We're wrapping up the lessons that we learned in this last year as we are going into and we are starting that new zodiacal calendar. We might feel like we're still in the birth canal and we're being prepared and anxious to be born into the new. But good news is that today, February 20th, Mercury finally goes direct. I can hear a hallelujah, and it gets out of retrograde. Now, with Mercury being the planet of communication, it'll start to free up all sorts of communication coming in to bring us clarity about the new and the next Aquarius chapter of our lives in this new era, the age of Aquarius, and how many of us will be moving forward. I know this huge feeling inside of us like, oh, I just want those signs to show me how to stay forward. Now, we can always take inspired action to those things that bring us joy and passion and excitement. And I'm sure many of us made our wish list on the new moon, which was last week, to bring in those new things that our heartfelt desires and our wishes and our dreams and of our intentions. There is a caution here with Mercury stationing direct today. Please don't expect it for this big planet just to go whoop and go forward, because it takes at least about 10 to 14 days. It's a darn big planet to get out of its shadow phase and to go and to move completely forward. And so it should be completely free on or around March 4th. Not that you couldn't be getting communication before then, but just don't put your hopes and expectations too high until it gets out of most of its shadow phase. Regina is saying, oh, thank God Mercury is going direct. My phone has been acting wacky all day and I've been overwhelmingly exhausted. Yes, so many of us are exhausted. And I'm going to be getting to that, Regina, in a moment. So that's Mercury retrograde. So we have this culmination. We have this wrapping up of the zodiacal year. We have this Saturn-Uranus square with Uranus winning out, of feeling like we have more freedom and we have more liberation. We're more liberated to step forward and do what we love doing. Mercury goes direct. Then a little bit of a hint of what's coming up. Then we have a wonderful, wonderful Virgo full moon on February 27th. And this one is calling us to delve deeper into our higher purpose as to why our soul came back into this incarnation to be of greatest service for the new era on planet Earth. Now, the posse of angels wish to remind us that there is a lot of this wrapping up and culmination energy. And with it being in Pisces, it is bringing the zodiacal year to a close. It's bringing in, with that Pisces, watery, emotional energy, bringing in cleansing and clearing, supportive healing energies to nourish our body and our mind as we finish off this yearly cycle. What we are doing is we are preparing. We're preparing for the zodiac to start again. Now, some ascension symptoms, which many of my clients have been sharing with me, are exhaustion. absolute exhaustion. They get 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours sleep every night, and within an hour, 2 hours of being up, all they want to do is go back to sleep. This is because we are experiencing tremendous, tremendous elevated energies and frequencies of light shining on our planet in order to wake people up. And the great news is massive amounts of these elevated frequencies of light are, which are constantly bathing the planet, are waking people up. More and more people are standing up for their rights, and more people are becoming vocal, which is just absolutely wonderful to see. Yeah, Carol, it's just, we need to take this Piscean energy, this emotional, cleansing energy, and we really need to be kind to ourselves. And please note that in many cases, because we are one collective, that these feelings, especially if you're an empath or if you're very sensitive, as so many light workers and star seeds and way showers and walk-ins, we've had to be empaths and sensitives in order to accomplish our mission here on planet Earth. And what you may be experiencing may not be coming from you. You know, you may be thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, is there still more to cleanse or clear or forgive or have unconditional love for? And while we never, stop having those beautiful energies, you just might be picking up this hopelessness that is coming from the collective. Because remember, we are all one, we are unified, and we can't step forward until the collective steps forward. I know that seems a little bit unfair, but we wouldn't want it any other way. And we might be picking up this hopelessness and this exhaustion from the collective. As so many people are awakening from a dark reality and then going and suddenly waking up and finding themselves in the light. So in any event, the steps to bring you back to joy and passion and excitement for your life are faith, and in order to increase your faith, are to ground yourself into Mother Nature. I've been doing this with daily visits with my squirrel, Sammy, every day. I have a resident squirrel, and he is adorable. And it's difficult for me to think of anything but sweetness and connectivity when I gaze into his little brown, heartwarming squirrel eyes. And I've been posting those photos on my Facebook page. So many people are loving this connection that I have with Sammy the squirrel. Also, be very generous with your love, with your kindness, and your generosity. Be extra kind to yourself. Give yourself credit for what a beautiful and unique being that you are. Don't think that you should have done more by now. Don't think that you should have, achieved more or gotten more certification or more success. Things are happening in divine perfection. You are divinely where you're meant to be. Otherwise, you wouldn't be there. So be extra kind to yourself. Maybe you need time to go out and ground yourself in the beauties of Mother Nature. You can also always befriend a squirrel or a rabbit or a possum or, a beautiful birds. Pete and I have doves that come on our balcony every morning, the mama dove and the papa dove, and they come to meet us. So it's with your intention. It's with your intention to be of highest and best connection. Remember, if you're exhausted, take salt baths. and also sage yourself to clear your energy. If you are an empath and sensitive, and you've been picking up those energies of hopelessness from the collective. I'm not saying that the whole collective is hopeless, is feeling hopeless and is losing faith, but we are sensitives, and in that we are very empathetic for other people's feelings. Also, if you feel tired and you can, take a nap, close your eyes, listen to some beautiful music, but with that Pisces emotional clearing and cleansing energy that we've gone into now because the sun is in Pisces, be really careful about where you are placing and focusing your energies. As in these times are magical. They are synchronistic. They are full of serendipity. And what you put your focus on will show up for you in the physical. So be really, really careful of where you are placing your energies. If you have a question, please place it in the chat so that I may pull some cards on it and give you some insight from the wonderful posse of angels and myself. Let's start off this general weekly reading, which is a general reading. It can't possibly resonate for everyone, but maybe you can get some tidbits along the way of information to help you with some clarity and direction for this coming week. Now, even before I drew any cards, runes, ask the fairies, oracle cards, whatever it is, I quieted myself down. And the first thing that they showed me, the posse of angels, this is my angelic family, who I am part of, as I, Angel Ariel, am part of this angelic group. I am a representative, if you will, on the earth plane. And by the way, we are 537 strong. That number hasn't changed in almost 20 years since I walked in. They will not tell me whether I am number one or I am number 537. And the reason it's 537, because 5 is the number of challenges and 5 is the number of change, changing people's perspectives of what is possible. And that's why they had me put my face on this book, declaring I am an angelic walk-in, the autobiography of me, Angel Ariel. So that's number 5, 537. The 3 is the number wherever 2 or more are gathered in that higher source's name. Synchronicities, serendipity, magic, and miracles happen. And number 7 is doing the work of the divine. It's doing your soul's purpose coming on the earth plane. So you take the energies of the 5, the 3, and the 7, and those energies combined are the energies of the posse of angels. And that number 537 has never changed since I have walked in. So the first thing that the posse of angels showed me was a vision of a horse running through a field, actually throwing up his back legs, and the horse looked like he was skipping or throwing his back legs up. And it was a vision of such happiness, such liberation, and such freedom. And with so many people feeling restricted, the posse of angels were saying that this vision is heralding what is coming on the horizon. And the more that you can put your vision on this movement, on yourself being this horse, it's like you're opening up the barn door, and this huge, now they're showing me this huge endless field in front of yourself with this rainbow, and you're galloping and galloping as hard and as fast as you can to get to that rainbow. It's a beautiful feeling that nothing will restrict you, and the only thing that will ever restrict you is the restrictions that you put on yourself. So when I went to pick a rune, the rune that came out for us today is this one. It's Awat's, and this rune is the rune of movement, and it's the rune of the horse. So it's no wonder they showed me that vision of that horse skipping and dancing through the field. Awat's is a rune of transit. It's a rune of movement. It's a rune of new dwelling places, new attitudes, a new life. It also signifies movement in the sense of improving or bettering our situations. Now, this is a rune of gradual development and steady progress. It's accompanying a notion of, after a long wait, slow growth through numerous shifts and changes. But it also is very clear that this is new movement on the horizon. This could apply to the growth of a business. It could maybe apply to the growth of an idea, or to the development of a creative project. Moral effort and steadfastness are called for. Let it be said that you'll cultivate this by cultivating the joy, the passion, and the creativity inside of you. Now, Awat's is saying you have progressed far enough to feel some measure of safety in the security of who you are and what you wish to move forward. Now is the time to turn again and face the future. This is a sign of reassurance, but be prepared also with good fortune coming in. Good fortune is that you share your good fortune with others when it comes your way. The sharing is significant in this rune because it relates to the sun's power to foster light and illuminate all things with your success and all things with your light. So they're saying that this is the theme of this general week, this weekly reading going into the week of the 21st to the 27th. We will start seeing those signs and feeling this sense of liberation, feeling this sense of movement forward. How beautiful is that? So thank you to that rune of movement forward. And it couldn't be a reading without the fairies. Okay, let's go to our fairy cards and see what comes out. Now, with so much of my work being surrounded by angels, I, for a long time, forgot about the fairies. And that just jumped out in the last year. Actually, there's two cards that just jumped out there. In the last year, there's been so many instances of the fairies coming in to ground. You know, they're the elemental kingdom. They look after the plants and the animals, and they look after the Sammy squirrels. And it's helped me to stay grounded by working with the fairies. And it just might be a message for you to get out and ground yourself. You know, those of us working in the spiritual arts, or as spiritual teachers, or tarot readers, or metaphysicians, or healing practitioners, doing Reiki and so many other things. There's so, you know, we're so much in the etheric that we really do need to ground ourselves. So these two cards just popped out. This one is Laist, the moon's daughter. And this one is about light casting itself onto shadows. Look how much light is in that beautiful card there, with her wings spread wide. It's about spiritual guidance, and it's about illumination. Some things being illuminated for us in the coming weeks. Now, it says it's a time when random events and ideas are falling into a pattern and beginning to make sense to you. Things may be flowing more easily than you're accustomed to. And certainly during a Mercury retrograde and with so many of these restrictions, that's nice to hear. And your decisions and choices may be bringing an unusually high degree of success. Laist also brings in psychic dreams. Now, many of my clients have said that they've had very strange and vivid dreams with this increase of this light on the planet. Remember, we are all going through ascension no matter where we are, and it affects everyone differently. But these dreams often speak in symbols, as fairies do. 8, 9, 10, 11, and this is a 38. It's an 11 card. It's helping us. What they're saying is it's helping us to be the ascended masters walking the earth plane at this time, as so many of us will be stepping into those leadership roles that our soul came back to step into. The second card that popped out with this one is this one. And this is Solace, which is akin to the Sun card in Tarot. And this is the card of something new. Something new is going to be highlighted. Again, movement, movement, movement. Laist spoke about something new being highlighted. This as well, the Solace card, it's about consciousness and knowledge, spiritual empowerment. Something new is being brought into being, partly through our own efforts and partly through the help we are receiving from other realms. Miracles may take place at this time. This is an extraordinary time of synchronicities, of magic, of miracles. And I keep seeing the word, hold on, okay, there you go. My charm bracelet was caught on my sweater. This is an extraordinary time of serendipity in our lives, where serendipitous things seem to be happening, and they just, it takes us by surprise, and we say, oh my gosh, how did that happen? So movement, again, movement into the light is occurring. This is a time for taking action, passing on our blessings and learning, service, and given from a place and a position of strength. So again, movement, movement, movement. The horse and the freedom and the liberation. This is all of those things, the culmination, the wrapping up of everything that we've been through. And now it's going to see us moving into such an extraordinary time from March, April onwards. Oh my gosh, what is coming for so many of us. What I'm hearing now from the posse of angels before we go on to any other cards is take your focus off of your expectation and take your focus off of your attachment as to what you thought your life should look like. Because what you have done up till now, it may be past its use-by date. It may have been great to wake up so many people, but maybe you're going to be serving in a brand new way. I'm just getting shivers all up and down my body now. And the posse of angels are saying, yes, be open to that serendipitous, miraculous way that you can co-create with heaven above, God, source creator, in the perfect way to serve for yourself and also to be able to serve the planet as we go into this era of light. Next card that I drew from is this wonderful deck. If you're not familiar with it, this is the Oracle of Eve. By the way, I should give a shout out because I absolutely adore his cards. This is Brian Froud's The Fairies Oracle. Look at that card on the front. Isn't she just amazing? And if you've ever seen the movie Labyrinth, which I might watch tonight. It's with David Bowie. I love that movie. Brian Froud was the puppeteer for that movie. I'm not sure when it came out. I think it might be in the 70s or 80s, but it is an oldie, but it is a goodie, just like me. Okay, so next is the Oracle of E. And this is by Pam Grout. And of course, one of my favorites is Colette Baron Reed. Wonderful. Let's give it a few shakes. I'm living way past my expectations. I love Labyrinth. I know. It's just, who was okay, put on your thinking caps. The girl in that movie. Her name, dark hair, dark brown eyes. Oh, Jennifer Connelly. Jennifer Connelly was in that movie as well. I just love it. So maybe that's one for the video player tonight. Okay, DVD player. Shows my age, the video player. Okay, one more shuffle, and we'll come up with a card from the Oracle of Emotions. Okay, that card is a 44 number. 44, look it up. It's the number of the angels, how the angels are connecting with us in a higher purpose for us to be leaders on the planet, to help others as they transition through this time of ascension. And it's time to fly. Again, flying, movement, horses, running, dancing, skipping, liberation, all of these things. The little blurb in the book says, it may seem like a gamble, but here's a little intel from the universe. That leap into the unknown you've been waiting for, not only is the safety net already in place, but get this, there's a posse of angels. Isn't that synchronistic and serendipitous? There's a posse of angels waiting with champagne and chocolate and Egyptian cotton sheets. Are you ready to fly? Please take your expectations and attachments off of what you thought your life should look like in order to live your greatest soul's purpose, and this journey in this incarnation. Now, let's go to the wisdom of the oracles. Again, ready to fly. That's right, Regina. Spread your beautiful wings, sweetheart. Now we've got the wisdom of the oracle. Colette Baron Reed again. She is my honey. I just love that. Two cards came out. They kind of jumped out together. The first card was, look at the movement in this card. It's the cheetah. It's 7, 8, 9, 10. It's another 11. We've got another 11 card as the master, as the ascended masters on the planet. Okay, go the distance, endurance and strength, and going for the long haul. Now, the little blurb on this card says, your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. So whatever you're going to be stepping into, and I've said this before on my Angel Healing House radio program, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme or anything like that. It's something safe and secure, and something that you'll be collaborating with others in order to bring more light to the world. To bring your dream to life, you must think in long term, pay no attention to what is happening right now, but commingle your opportunities that are going to be coming to you with your joy. So there's no need to fear an occasional obstacle. This card is a reminder that you have all the endurance and all the strength to carry you all the way. Remain absolutely true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. You do not have any competition. You're a singular, unique, beautiful, magnificent, powerful energy. And what is meant for you will be meant for you. But there's such movement on this that you're going to be moving towards the fulfillment of those dreams and intentions. And then the other card that came out, which stuck to it, which is also a card of movement, which is this one, time to go. And that's the number 9 card. It's a card of completion. You are at the end of a very long journey and have not begun the next. Oh my gosh, how much does that describe many of us? This is the moment to bless your experience that you've had so far. Take stock of all that you've learned. It's time to move on to the new experience and a new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstance. Take a risk. Move on. Even if you need to be in transition for a time, your destination is calling you, and it's time to walk into something new. So both of these cards herald movement, movement, movement. Okay, so let's go to our tarot cards and see what comes out for us. If you have any questions, any queries, do please put them in the chat and we will get to them. Okay. It has been a very, for me, it's been a very quiet Mercury retrograde. And I've taken advantage of every single day of quiet. It's been absolutely beautiful. I'm reading wonderful, wonderful books at the moment, and I'm so engrossed in them. And of course, I have my friend Sammy. I feel like this whole week's reading is for me. I'm glad, Regina. You know, it's so many people in the collective. They know and many people are exhausted. They know they've been through the past year for a higher purpose. They knew that they contracted to be here, but it doesn't make it any easier, you know, for us who want to step into being of best service, for us to be patient. But it is coming, and it's on the horizon for so many of us. So let's go to the cards and see what comes out first. The first card is coming out for us is the Four of Wands. Now, in the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, the Four of Wands is the card of success. I would love a general card. Please send, since this is the week of movement. Okay, I'll get to it in a minute, Regina. The Four of Wands, well, this is the card of success after hard work, or success after hard learned lessons. It's also the marriage card. I'm getting that this is marrying of our wishes, our creative projects, and our ideas, and bringing in our soul tribe for us to light a fire underneath, with all of this forward movement, light a fire underneath our creative projects as we move them forward going into March and April of this year. So under that, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. And this is the card of things done with security, a strong foundation, you know, seeing things in the long term rather than quick immediacy. And we are going to be building up those partnerships and those avenues with our soul tribe for collaboration, to bring in the success of what is our heartfelt our heartfelt wishes and our ideas, and the fulfillment of them. So that is the first card. Next is we have a progression down. We go from the 4 of fire to the 3 of fire. And the 3 of fire is the 3 of wands. This is the card about watching our ships come in. So we are recognized in the 4 of wands. We are recognized, and then we see the movement. This is a movement card. The ships that are coming in, you know, and we are bringing them in because of this time of liberation and freedom. And then another progression down is the ace of fire. This is the ace of wands. So we went from the 4 to the 3 to the ace, and the aces are always about new beginnings. Underneath the 3 of fire, we have my deck. We have my tarot deck, and we have the 3 of fire. We have the 3 of wands. This is the same card. So this is really highlighting the movement that is happening in our lives. Great confirmation there. We have underneath the ace of fire we have the King of Pentacles. And I just noticed that we have 2 horses so far. The horse in the Knight of Pentacles. He is the steadiest knight in the deck. Reliable, safe, secure knight. And then we have the King of Pentacles with his unicorn. So we have his unicorn, his horse at the back. So these 2 together is the ace, and it's bringing us in that prosperity and that abundance, new beginnings around that. The next card that's coming out for us is the Chariot. This is a card of recognition. So not only do we have the 4 of wands being recognized, but we have the Chariot. The Chariot has 2 horses on it. This is promotion. This is our recognition. This is being seen, maybe being in the spotlight. And underneath that, we have the 6 of wands. This is also a card of recognition and promotion. But again, lots and lots of horses in these readings. And the last card that came out for us from the Good Tarot was the World card. This is a card of completion. Again, culmination of the zodiacal year with going now being in Pisces, going into Aries on March 21st, wrapping up the Mercury retrograde, Uranus, the planet of the unexpected and changes and liberation and freedom. This is what we are stepping into. We are stepping into a brand new world. And lo and behold, from my deck, what do we get? Is we get the 9 of Cups. We get a wish fulfillment as we move in to March, April, going into this last week in February, which is heralding so much movement. So let's pull some cards for the lovely Regina and see what comes out. Oh, Regina, type in, would you like me to use my cards, or would you like me to use the Good Tarot? I won't be offended. Or the Rider-Waite deck. Which one would you like me to use? So if you could just type that in, I will use that deck, whichever deck that you ask. It's either the Good Tarot, it's either my deck, which is the Angel Healing House deck, which is this one with me, Angel Ariel on the back. Here I am. I don't know if you can really see that very well. Let me see. There she is. Whee! Okay. Or the traditional Rider-Waite. Which one would you like, Regina? You have 2 seconds. Okay. Well, I'm just going to choose my deck since Regina is not. Oh, your deck. Okay, thank you, sweetie. Okay, here we go. This is for Regina. I just cut the cards, and I got the Page of Swords, which is the card of communication coming in, and I got the Happy Family card. And this is also the highest money card of abundance. Let's see what messages are coming in while I'm shuffling. General, ready, please. I'm getting a new grandson at the end of March and beginning of April. It sounds like he's coming at a great time. Yes, it does, Carol. And let me give Regina her reading and pull a card or two for her. And then I'll pull a card or two for your beautiful, blessed event. Okay, Regina, have you started your podcast yet? And if you haven't, they want to know why not. There's they want me to address. There's this fear in a lot of conscious collective that they are comparing themselves with others, and they really want. So, if Regina, would you please type in whether you've started your podcast or not yet? Because they want you to. They're saying once you get going, you're not going to know yourself. Not really working on it still. They're saying that you don't need to work on it. They want me to tell you that as soon as I found out what the Posse of Angels wanted me to do, 3 days later, I was on the air giving out angel readings, and I was flying. And it was the day after that I booked. I didn't take a course. I didn't listen to anybody else's podcast, but that was 12 years ago. Actually, the people that do my voice videos are pushing me to do it now. Okay, so that's confirmation to you that, and take inspired action towards it. Oh, that one just flew out of the deck. Let me see here. Now I'm caught. Caught there. Okay. Well, I don't have to pull any other cards for you, sweetheart, because you are the star. They're saying, what are you waiting for? Do it. Do it. Just be like that sports company. Just do it. This is going to be the fulfillment of a dream of yours. They're saying, but not only this, it's going to lead to other things. They're showing me like you're the horse. You're the horse in the stable, and the door is open, and you just won't go out of the stable. You have free will and free choice, but they want you to step forward now. They're saying, step forward now. They're saying, the strength card is you have the strength and the courage to know that you are a magnificent, powerful, beautiful, wonderful light, beautiful spiritual teacher, and you have so much to share with others. The next card that is coming out for you is take action. Take action. It's the Knight of Swords. So I hope that's been helpful. That's a wonderful confirmation for you to do something now. Okay, so let's go to Carol. Carol, congratulations. Is this your first grandchild? I'm not sure if it's your first grandchild or not. Your first grandchild? No, it doesn't appear to be. But type in, is it your first grandchild? Sounds like he's coming at a great time. Oh my gosh. Beginning of April. No, it's your sixth. I don't know what the age spacing is with your grandchild, but you're saying this one is now all children are special, but this one in particular, and I'm just getting shivers down my legs. This one is coming in as, oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Regina. She says, thank you, beautiful Claire, Candy, and magnificent Posse of Angels. This child that is coming in is presenting itself like an ascended master. They're saying he is here. He is here to be a teacher to so many others, and you will have quite interesting conversations with him in a telepathic way. In a telepathic way, and connect with him like that. They're saying for me to use the good tarot instead of my cards. I don't get offended either way, but they're saying this is really important for you to understand the telepathic connection that you have with this child. And also, not to shield the child, but for to help him and support him so that others realize not to treat him as a child. Because if he came in with something really to learn, it's that he needs to have the power and the courage to be able to express himself, as of course as he gets older, to be exactly who he is. And you're going to give him such tremendous support in helping him to be his authentic self, to be able to speak his mind, and to shine his beautiful light onto the world. Just absolutely beautiful, beautiful energies. This connection that you and number 6 will have. Very, very special, deep connection. Okay, let's go to the cards and see what comes out. Okay, the first card that's coming out for you, Carol, is the 6 of water, and this is the 6 of cups. This is the sentimental card. It's the card of children. So, wow, Carol Hernandez, how magically wonderful that sounds. He's going to be extraordinary. He is extraordinary. But the 6 of Cups is that card of children, of connectivity. It's the sentimental card. You have done this dance with him in other incarnations. And this is I'm not saying that your other grandchildren are not important, but this one is really going to show very strongly the connection that you have with him. And I don't want you to play favorites, but he's going to become extraordinarily dear to you. The next card that is coming out is the 8 of Air. And they're saying that this is traditionally the trusting card, but not in this case. They're saying for you to look at that angel spreading those feathers above you, and to have greater connection in the divine working in your life, and to call upon this perfection, this angelic help of yours, and you're going to notice it more. You might even start to see white feathers, but you're going to notice more the divine really working in your life. And the next card that's coming out for you is the Hierophant. You are a spiritual teacher to these children as well. I don't know if you're doing any work as a spiritual teacher or a metaphysician, but they are saying that you would do well. You would do very well to be able to serve yourself and others by stepping into this role as a spiritual teacher and sharing. I have the chills going through my upper body. Yes. Carol, write in the chat, are you doing any kind of work now as a spiritual teacher? Just let us know if you're doing any work as tarot reader or spiritual teacher, perhaps as a metaphysician, anything like that. Healing practitioner, an intuitive guide or a counselor. because if you are not, they're saying this is your confirmation to step forward, because your energies are so needed on the planet now, because there are so many millions upon millions of people that have woken up just in this past year. I'm not, but I've been wanting to learn Reiki. Give me a call, Carol. I love, absolutely adore teaching people, my students Reiki. I've taught hundreds of students from all over the world, and their lives have been transformed and so enriched. Well, you can give me a call at Angel Healing House, 831. I'll put it in the link here, 831-277-3716. And of course, that's at Angel Healing House, and that's Pacific Standard Time. So I'm going to finish up this reading. I got these adorable cards here. They're called Making Magic. Making Magic. And there's a little flip box, little magnetic box, but I'll choose two of these. About, whoop, there goes one, and another one. Let's get another one. That's, whoop, whoop, whoop. That one just jumped in my lap. The first one is on target. Follow your ideal life's path. And how do we know it's ideal for us? Well, it makes us wiggle. I've spoken the last, 18 years or 19 years now since I walked into Claire Candy's body, Angel Ariel. I've spoken about my wiggle and how I get so excited to do what I do. I love doing it. I love being creative, finding different ways to help people. But you're on target. You're absolutely on target. Right bullseye. If something gives you joy, if something makes you excited, passionate, step forward, Regina. Not just Regina, but everyone. If it makes you happy and joyful, step forward. And the other one that just popped out for us is a successful career. And this one says, a happy working environment, pay rises, promotions, and I might add to that, to be of best service, that your soul asked to be of best service for not only yourself, but for all. Bullseye, yes, bullseye. I love that, Regina. So we are going to finish off today. Wow. We're going to finish off today with these wonderful cards. As I've said before, if you ever want to get somebody who is into tarot, anything, I have a gazillion decks. This one is another one by Colette Baron Reed, and it's called Postcards from Spirit. This one is the one that I chose for today. And it says, Dear wonderful you, to help you manifest a life for your highest good, we invite you to examine your deepest desires. Imagine all of your desires, no matter what kind, like magic seed pods in a basket, and they're glowing with infinite potential. Look closely at each one. Are you afraid that some of them may bring you too much attention? Now, that's another reason, Regina, and others, that you don't want to step forward, because you sense that you are going to be put in the spotlight, that you will be putting your face on a book and proclaiming something which is out of the norm. But when Spirit asks you to do something, you step forward knowing that it is divinely orchestrated. Is change too daunting for you? Are you afraid to stretch and to grow? Let yourself to be led forward, and let the seeds of positive intention take to the wind. Your desires count, and you are worthy of them. They are essential for co-creating your world. Did you ever consider that when a desire comes from deep within you, deep down deep, it might be Spirit moving you to create something beautiful to share with the world? Some desires are infused with miraculous powers to move the heart and influence the world in ways that you can't possibly ever know and can't possibly ever imagine. We know you. This is Spirit speaking to you. We know you and love you so deeply and are so happy to support you as you step forward. How beautiful is that card? Postcards from Spirit. So Carol says, I've been unsure about who to learn from. I'm so happy to have seen you tonight. Regina, you go, girl, and get your podcast out there. Each one of us is doing our absolute utmost. Absolute utmost. Regina, thank you, Carol. I'm afraid of that. You're afraid of putting yourself out there. So many of us have been destroyed in past lives for speaking about anything spiritual or anything that's different about ETs or about walk-ins or about spiritual knowledge. And because the dark agenda didn't want us to speak about this, and we were destroyed because of that, but not in this lifetime. So yes, step forward. And Carol, give me a call. But on the other side of when we step forward, there's always miracles and there are great rewards for us. So I hope everyone has an absolutely beautiful, beautiful upcoming week. Remember to go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. Carol, I'll put my email address in the description here as well. Candy at Angel, if I could spell, angelhealinghouse.com. You've got my number there, and the website is www.angelhealinghouse.com. So, what's your PayPal? My PayPal is Angel Healing House. So you put in the PayPal, and then after that, okay, hang on, let me see. I don't have the PayPal thing right here at the moment, but hold on. My PayPal account is under Angel Healing House. There we go. Thank you, Claire Candy, for this wonderful gift you've given me in this reading. You're more than welcome, Carol and Regina. Anybody else who will be listening to this, you are divine, you are eternal, and you came back to shine your beautiful light. Remember, you do not have any competition. There is no competition. Remember that you are here as a divine reflection of God's source, and the lives that you touch. It's not about followers. It's not about the number of subscriptions. It's not about anything like that. I love what the Torah says. He who saves one person saves the world. And you're here to support and to guide and to help others to understand that they are divinity. They are divine and eternal. I love each and every one of you. Take care and have an absolutely beautiful week. Love and, as always, angel blessings. And I look forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye. Whoops, I just saw Marie Claude. Hello, Marie Claude. I wanted to send you kisses and hugs too. Beautiful to have you aboard. I hope you are well over there on the East Coast. Okay, everyone, that's it. Bye. Love you.